Well, hello. We'll try that again. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to KarotKraft. We are here for the fun times to be had on the wonderful world of Minecraft. And let's just say we're going to be doing that helps if I actually start streaming. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's see if that's now working. Yep, that is better. Oh, and of course it starts to rain now, just as I get back in. So, yes, we are here on Twitch and YouTube. It's just this on the server today, by the looks of it. It's a bit of a quiet day. I know that it's Thanksgiving coming up for those in America and such, so you might not see many people from there. But we are here to do some good stuff. Am I showing everywhere where I need to be showing? Yes, I am. That's good. That is good for us. So let's go and update you on what I've been up to for a moment. So I have been breeding horses, and I've managed to get all of the solid colours of horses. I think like you've got white, black, the dark brown, and grey horses. I think there is a lighter, like chestnutty coloured horse, but I haven't really done much of that, so I might have to try and work on that. But we've got some really good stuff going right now. We've got some good jumpers here on the grey side, with also some fantastic health. Look at the health on that. It's just their speed is a little bit to be desired. So I've been breeding up these as we've been going along. Been a bit inspired by Nythe, to be fair. And then we've got some speedy white horses with good health as well. We're just trying to work on getting their jump up a little bit now. We've got this guy and this guy that have also got like decent health. So actually we could probably just... Oh, he's probably a bit too early for that. Let me just see if I've actually... Yeah, I have tamed him. I did just do a bit of breeding before I started stream, so we're not going to be able to do that now. Oh, thank you, Ordoom. That's greatly appreciated. I really do appreciate that. I'm trying to grow my stream, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Are you a member from one of the Discord servers that I'm a part of, or have you managed to just stumble upon this channel for like this particular moment when it's like popped up on your feeds or something like that? There is a slight chance that there may have been deaths involved. Oh, nice, fantastic. Well, just so that you're aware, I do actually have a YouTube channel as well where I post long form videos and the occasional short, and I also actually live stream on there as well. So if you want to go check that out, that's also greatly appreciated. I just reached, should I say, 101 subscribers. So I'm getting there with it. And yeah, so I do post videos and stuff, and I've been doing loads of videos on KarotKraft and things. This is the server that I'm on. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for dropping by and liking stuff. Did you catch the news about Mounts of Mayhem? I'm assuming you're a Minecraft player as well, not just there. So I think I've got links to my YouTube in the thing, but I can quickly go and maybe just... I think I can drop this in chat. You bleed Minecraft. It's in your bones. Oh, fantastic. Are you based in the UK, based in America, Europe? I don't know whether or not to wish you a happy Thanksgiving or condolences if you're based in UK, for example, since... Yeah, so... Bedrock. Yeah, I've attempted Bedrock, but I've been pretty much a Java player throughout my sort of... I can't tell you how long I've been playing Minecraft for. It's basically since 2011. Nice. Well, happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow. I believe it is tomorrow. And then, obviously, you've also got the like the true holiday of Thanksgiving, which is Black Friday as well, which has now somehow become Black Month rather than just a Black Friday. Oh, hey Saber, thank you for joining. I really do appreciate it. Glad you. I'm literally just jumping around now, chatting away without actually doing anything. I've been breeding horses. Look, I've got white horses. I've got brown horses. I've also got black horses and grey horses. I've got pretty much all the solid coloured horses, apart from the chestnut, which I realised that I needed to get. Are chestnut horses solid colours? Yes, they are. Let's see if we can maybe do something about that, because it would be nice to have all of the... where is it? Let's see if we can get this guy out. I've been breeding quite a while now, so I've also been breeding donkeys, you know, inspired by... Oh, where did that lead go? I went a bit too quickly for you, didn't I? Sorry. Yeah, so I'm wondering whether or not actually, like, so I've now got my brown horse. These are like the best brown horses that I've got. I've got a jump height of I think that's the highest jump height I've got. Yeah, 434. But like the health on that is quite good. Yeah, Ethos inspired me. Oh, nice, interesting. Well, I'll definitely check it out at some point. How often do you stream? So I've got this guy that's 4.34 for jump height, but his speed's not that great, but his health is quite good. And then I've got this guy that's got 14 speed. So I'm trying to, like, you know... Oh, nice. That's cool. Well, I'll definitely check you out. When are you going to be what time are you going to be streaming today, or are you... I imagine you're not streaming right now because obviously you would be you won't be watching me. So I'm probably going to be streaming for a couple of hours. So if you end up streaming pretty much after I start streaming, I might send any viewers that I've got over your way. I've got these white horses, which are quite good at speed. They're not very good jumpers, but they've got a decent health. Saber. And then we've got the black horses down here, which have got good jumping, good speed, and good health. And again, the jumping's a little bit to be desired. And then the grey horses, good speeds, and good health. So... Oh, in about 8 hours. I'm not going to be... I'm actually probably going to be asleep by then. So, unfortunately, I might miss your stream. But I'll definitely give you a follow once this stream's over. But thank you so much for jumping in as well and chatting with me and stuff. But this is my... this is like... I'm actually grouped with about 3 or 4 different people So there's a combination of different build styles and stuff like that. So I could quickly show you around here. I don't think, Saber, we were when you were watching my video. I'll try again. When you were watching my stream the other day, I don't think you really had all that much in the way of a bit of a tour. So I could probably give a bit of a tour for now. So the idea is, yeah. So I'm gonna start. Let's start from the Nether. So we've got our little Nether hub set up. Pretty much the Nether roof is just above these slats. So this is like our little area, and you go down here. I kind of wanted to do like this sense of depth. I built previously on a previous server, and like did this sort of interesting. This server is July this year. This is season 2 of KarotKraft, and we started in July this year. So we tend to have a reset about once every year, just purely because like people lose interest and that sort of thing. I'm kind of one of these ones that wouldn't mind staying, but so this is our Nether portal, and then we've got like we come out to this sort of area here. This is our iron farm, which is set in here. I did the redstone to basically set it up so that it automatically crafts them into blocks of iron. I think we are probably at capacity on this side now. We also get bone blocks as well. I keep saying blown blocks. I do not know why. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think they must cap like set ones like so that you can't get a decent thing. Yeah, I mean I mean different people have different like play styles. Sometimes people just like the like initial adventure and things like that. So this is our enchantment area. So we've got a lovely little enchantment set up here as well. If I am going to quickly, just let me know, because I do know that if I get sort of hepped up and stuff, I tend to talk quite a bit faster. And then over here towards this way is my starter house, which is where we started this little server. And there. Oh god, I thought that was a creeper. I actually thought that was a creeper. Oh dear. Come on. Oh, it's just made me jump out my skin. Oh dear. That was me setting up for a thumbnail for one of my videos. It's literally just made me jump out my skin. Oh. So statistics. Playtime. My current time played is 29.64 days. So that's actual like days as in physical real life days. We can't really tell for ticks. There isn't really a statistic for ticks because it just does the actual, like, because the server's running on. Oh yeah, on this server I've been playing for 29 point something days. I mean, some of that's AF. I was going back in there to sleep. I was going in there for like, you know, just to sort of come on, brain, think. I was, yeah, so like I've done AFK time and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so this is my like little storage area and things for various things, and then this is my little happy gas docking bay for the front of the house, because obviously the happy gas was released by the time we started this server. So yeah, this is a little sort of ruined thing at the moment. I'm calling it ruined because I just haven't had time to finish it yet. And that actually takes it to the entrance to my little area down here, which is basically I own the storage solution shop. So I've got it set up so that we can get automatic hoppers coming through. So there's an auto crafter set up back here, which is linked to a an iron farm. Oh, hello, iron. Got them. And then also down there is a bamboo farm, which gives me all of the like wood that I need to be able to do things like make chests automatically. So there's 3 of us that have based together so far. And we do have one other person who is actually on the same server that Saber plays on. So this building up here is being built by Iron, and so he's building like a castle over there. As I say, we all collaborated on doing various different things. In that lighthouse is a creeper farm that was built by... Yeah, not all of the builds were me. No, definitely not. So the creeper farm is what's in that deep slate. I built the auto crafting setup and everything to automatically craft all of the rockets, which I'm probably going to need to take anyway. And then the tower, the lighthouse was built by Satan's niece, who is one of the other people that are playing it. And this is based off of the earliest known like lighthouse in the UK. So yeah, this is a blacksmith that was built by Iron, and then we've got, to be fair, in this area I haven't really built that much myself. It's kind of all just been like together. I've done about a bit of terraforming and things like that. What do you mean by who do you mean by who's that? Do you mean Satan's niece or Iron? Sorry. Oh, I've got an LA there. I tend to do a lot of the farms and things like that. Like I'll build farms if we need a farm and things and stuff. But what I've been working on is if we go up here. So I'm building with them. Oh, shrimp. Ah, that sounds like real fun. Have you not just considered using moss and just spreading the moss? I know that can be quite easy. I've just today terraformed this area up and made it look a little bit neater and everything. And I built this path going up to where my area is, which is this mountain here. Yeah, Shrimp. I can show you Shrimp's house, actually, if you'd like. So I think Phoenix, your server, started a few weeks after Shrimp's did. Ah, okay. So like we've all put our starter houses around in the same place. So this is Shrimp's fishing shack. Because, you know, Shrimp's got to be loves like his fishingy stuff and things. So this is Shrimp's base. You've got like a fish up there mounted on the wall and that sort of thing. He's got some creatures in there as well, which kind of look a little bit sad if I'm honest, but yeah. Yeah. And then always put a copper golem in here. So yeah, this is like Shrimp's house. Oh yeah, I did do a creep. No, so we're kind of based all over the world. So we've got Canadians, we've got people from North America, we've got Europeans, we've got a couple of people from like Australia and New Zealand, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we've got quite a fair few different people on the server and everything. So yeah, so back to there. Oh, this is a pub, by the way. I'm not the owner, no. I'm just purely a member of the server, and I've been. This is my second season, my second full season, doing KarotKraft. We used to be a server called Unity beforehand, and then it got changed. I wasn't a part of like Unity though. I came on it when it became like sort of KarotKraft and things. We've got about, I don't know, 20 to 21 sort of people that like sort of regularly come on and things at different times and stuff. But this is my area. This is what I've been working on. I've been working like a dwarven sort of like inspired city because we had the craziest, and I mean craziest, like cave system. So this is a I'm just going to go into free cam so I don't have to go all the way down there. So this is like a thingy biome. I can't remember the name of it. Lush Cave. And then if we go down here, which is my like sort of, this is my zombie spawner area. It goes down into this immense cave system. And then like, so the cave system even comes out like, all the way out. I put so many torches down here to light this area up. But then if you go down even further, it goes down again into here. It's like, it's crazy how big this area is. That I did suffer my first death on that in that area, to be fair. But this is my like dwarven city. So the idea is that we've got a path that goes all the way down from the Motley Crew area, which is our crew name, and then we come all the way up. Like we've got the path that comes all the way up here, and it goes through this area here, which I'm currently in the process of building up, and I'm like trying to think of like sight lines and stuff like that. So we've got like this area here. This is my basalt farm and everything, and then we've got this area. Ooh. Here, like just sort of like trying to make things look interesting and stuff. Down here is my storage where I've been playing with the copper golems. Why have my shaders on? Oh. Okay, like we've got like a little area here where we've got the copper golems going. Just storing like literally shulkers worth of material there, and then we've got it comes out through here, which takes you to the like main sort of north road, as it were, going up here. There's a little rabbit. I didn't know rabbits. I did not know rabbits were in this part of the thing. Why am I dropping frames? That's weird. Yeah, and this takes you all the way to spawn in the shopping district, which is down over that way. But what I've been working on is this mountain area. I made this bridge, which was inspired by Gemini Tay, and everything. And yeah, the bridge is huge. It leads into the gate, a gate that goes here. Yeah, I've been busy, and like it goes down like all of this. Oh, what are you doing down there? Hello, you got an egg. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. I'm dropping frames, so I'm just gonna need to drop you down to maybe 40 chunks.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I wasn't talking to you, Alexa. Yes, it's it's been a lot of work to get to this part and stuff, and I'm really happy with like how it's turning out, like with this scale and things. I've kind of like been really vibing recently. Like we've got this like pathway that comes down here with more terraforming. Still got to do like the bottom parts of this terraforming, but I'm working there. I've got some goats. And like we can come under the bridge, and the bridge just looks like there's just so much scale to the bridge. Hello, spider. I know I can see you. Yeah. So it's been a thing. So like it's getting there. Right, let's go see if we can get some decent, better characters here. Right, we have got 14, 12 and 13. You've got decent hearts, you don't have decent hearts, so what we're gonna breed you to. And you've got, ooh, that's the best jump. What hearts do you have? You don't have that many hearts though. Okay, that's fine. What do we have here? We've got 14, 13, 14.2. All right, let's try you and, oh, I've not tamed you yet. There we go. Yeah, you're unfortunately not gonna cut it. I'm not gonna do that on stream. Okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna do that on stream. Let's put it this way. you know what I was thinking. They're finger horses. Let's do this one. Oh no. That makes no sense whatsoever. How can you go from being black horses to, come on. The trouble is I have to do this when Satan's not on the server, because otherwise everything gets saved and we end up with loads of horses and stuff. Let's just see statistics. Yeah. So it's statistics, mobs. Oh no, I've horses. Yeah, I may have killed 41 horses. Yeah. Where's breeding then? Animals bred. 228 bred. I mean, some of them are going to be other animals as well. It doesn't look like it differentiates between horses and... oh, really? What have you? What stats? Okay, at least you not got decent stats. Come on. We don't have a Joel on our server, so it's down to me to deal with it. Oh, days. All right, and let's go breed some donkeys up. The donkeys are incredibly slow to like get better stats on. Like, it's taken ages to get ones that are over 8 for speed and like, I mean, I had like literally like I think the slowest donkeys you could ever wish to have. So let's just go and breed some of these guys. Yeah, you see, look, they're not. The donkeys are being a bit of an ass, as they were, as they're called. Oh, you're gonna beat it though, aren't you? This one wasn't trained. Okay. Come on. I do have sugar somewhere, so this will make it easier, but eventually. Come on. No. Come on. Are you going to make me get the sugar out? Really? Oh, I don't have that much sugar left. Luckily, though, I have got a sugarcane farm. Sugar is meant to make you easier to tame, right? There we go. Right. Let's see what we've got there. Oh. Ah, right. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh dear. Right. Okay. That's enough breeding for now. I think I can do that in my own time whilst I'm watching. Yeah, I've got that better statistic, so it looks like it doesn't show. Oh, it doesn't show that. So, but anyway, has anybody seen the latest Minecraft video that was released by Mojang? They've announced the release date for the Mounts of Mayhem. Hence why I've been doing horses. I mean, I'm quite happy to share with you when the release date is if you want me to share it. I don't want to be like accused of spoiling stuff, but like. Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. What about you, Saber? Have you already found out when the Mounts of Mayhem is going to be? Cool. So they've announced that it's going to be the 8th of December. I think they said 8th. Or was it the 9th? It might be the 9th. It's either the 8th or the 9th. I can't actually remember now. Typically, they tend to release on a Tuesday or a Thursday, I think. So I think they said 9th. That's ringing more of a bell to me now. Literally, I watched it like before I streamed earlier, and I've already forgotten. Yeah, I mean, it's not introducing like many like new blocks or anything like that, so it's not like a buildy one, and so I'm not really fussed. Like, there's certain things that I like with the pale oak and things like that they added, because pale oak is one of my favorite blocks. And some of the mobs like the happy ghast and the things, is it's one of those ones where I can wait really for them for the mods that I use and stuff like that to update. I'm not fussed about, you know, catching the latest up, like getting it updated straight away and stuff like that. It's not something that I'm really all that fussed about. I can quite happily wait for this one. But I'm like, I'm looking forward to playing it with like my friends on the server and things like that, like, you know, having jousting matches and that sort of stuff and things. But I'm not like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and wait. You're sick of me. Yeah, I mean, like, I keep I'm mostly like doing, yeah, it's fine. I'm in the middle of sorting everything out, by the way. Oh, what? How did you get up there? What the heck? Okay. I'm in the middle of sorting out all of my crap, by the way. I am at one point just tempted just to destroy everything and just start from scratch. I might need some of them at some point. Yeah, it's a mess. Oh, is it? So do I already have that then on some of the horses? I'm gonna go check and see if I've already got 14 speed on some of the horses, because I might be oh, let's just get this. Oh wait, you mean that's your best, not that's the best that you can get, sort of thing. Because I think there is a limit, but I don't know what the limit is to what you can get. Oh, okay. I know that Etho's been quite surprised with like the jumps that he's been able to get on some of the horses, on some of the donkeys, should I say. Like, he's been surprised about getting like nearly a 6-block jumper, hasn't he? Was it 6-block or 5-block? I can't remember now. Look at me, I'm being responsible in making torches so I can go and excavate some dirt and stuff. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go. Alright. Maybe it was like very, very close to it and stuff, but right, I can pop Fortuetta back in here. There we go. Can we just take a moment to appreciate my incredibly organized shulker and chest? Color-coded and everything. Apart from that box, because I haven't got around to color-coding it yet. I can't remember. There's something that's meant to go here, and I can't remember what it is. I've clearly put a box. Wait a minute. No, my copper's there. I've clearly taken a box out at some point and not put it back, and I don't know which one it is, and where it is. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, to say the least. Because that's gonna bug me, and I know I'll be able to go back and watch on different footages and stuff like that. what it is. So, but yeah, right. What do I have here? Right, I've got you. This is why I like digging above the, like, placing dirt above the thing, because then I can just come in underneath and get all the dirt that I need from underneath, and it's not going to matter that much. This is one of my tricks to being able to gather resources quite easily and things. So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a resource gathering thing. So but yeah, it's I am looking forward, as I said, to the Mounts of Mayhem, but I'm not like I can wait for it, if you get what I mean. The other ones, I felt as though sort of I really wanted them, like the Happy Ghast and the Copper Golem, and that sort of thing, because I thought that they were really sort of like cool addition. But like the Nautilus looks cool and everything, but I think it's like it's almost going to just become like another ambient mob type thing. I think at some point, it's once you've got the ability to like aqua affinity and that sort of thing, and you can move through depth strider and things, you can move through the water quite quickly anyway. So like it's not like the most important, and I personally don't really build in the water, so yeah. I might. Yeah. But like for me, the one that's really like sort of captivated me right now is like this year that's happened, and I'm still like using them, and because they're like so useful. I talk about it a little bit in my in one of my upcoming videos actually. It's like how useful the Happy Ghast is for like terraforming and things like that. It's kind of revolutionized the way like terraforming happens and things, because you can essentially fly in creative mode with it. That's the great thing about it, is like it's just all right. That's coarse dirt, so that can go in there. Yeah, so you can like really do some like I built the did the terraforming up on the mountain there like super quickly with the with the Happy Ghast and everything. So right, this can go in here for now. And then I'm just going to plop these in there for extra space in my inventory. So, yeah. So what's your favourite mob, Saber? Have I put you on the spot now? You don't know. So mine's the Happy Ghast. I like the Copper Golem, but at the moment it's the Happy Ghast. I know people find them too slow and stuff like that, but like they're so useful, like for building and for carrying mobs around and that sort of thing. Like it's so much easier to carry mobs around on a Happy Ghast than it is to like, you know, make mine carts or boat them across the ocean and that sort of or land and things. You can easily get villagers and stuff nowadays with the Happy Guest. Maybe they thought that it'd be too OP if that happened. I mean, they would be pretty like they would be like huge if if they were, but I mean there are ways around it. I mean it still doesn't take too long to just pillar up into the sky and stuff. But yeah, I get that, like it would make it easier and stuff to do that sort of thing. Mumbo wouldn't have had such an issue doing the doing his geese and things. So I think what they should do is they should make it so that you can enchant the armor, the harness, but make it like a really rare thing. So maybe something like I know, right? Have you watched one of Green? I watched something that Green was in. I can't remember if it was one of his videos or what, but Green basically said that at the rate he's going, Mumbo's going to be a better builder than what Green is. And that's not fair because obviously Green like doesn't really do all the redstone stuff and things like that. So like he's not he's going to end up sort of like being outshined by him by that. Obviously he was saying it in like the sort of tongue-in-cheek way. He's obviously going to be like really supportive and stuff like that, but like yeah, I think a lot of the redstoners are like are getting like that now as well. They're really branched into building. I mean, then you got Pearl, who's branched into redstone and is really good at building as well. Like last season, there was kind of like a shift in the thing. I mean, I know Tango's always been a pretty decent builder, like he did decked out and that sort of thing, but and then he's like really good with the redstone and stuff, like Hungry Hermits and things like that, and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy, like but it just shows that you can do, like, you don't have to just be a one sort of thing, and I think that's what helps keep people. Yeah, I just can't remember where I watched it, whose perspective I watched it from. I've watched that many different perspectives. Sometimes I've even caught the same like snippet from different perspectives like 4 or 5 times. Like I mean, like at the beginning of the season, for example, in the end, I was watching the Nether thing happen that many times. I ended up just like skipping the Nether part and just moving over to the next to the next part, because otherwise I'd just be there for ages. And I knew that like their YouTube channels are that big anyway. It's not going to be impacted if 1 or 2 people do probably even 1 or 2,000 people were to skip like a part of the video, because I've already seen part like this from somebody else's perspective. I know what happened. I know, for example, I know that they discovered that they changed the textures of the dyes and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of catching them all. The only ones I've not really watched is Jevin. I don't know that. I'm just not really into a pirate theme by the sounds of it. Like, it's just not like really hit my sort of cup of tea. I liked his series last season, like because he was doing like the mythical, like sort of the fantasy type stuff and things like that. But other than that, I'm just, yeah, I've not really picked it up and that sort of thing. So, but I've been really enjoying watching Tango, and I've actually been watching his VODs as well, because unfortunately I can't. I try and watch the streams and stuff, but like by the time I've realised that the streams are on, they're already like almost done and stuff. So who is your favourite HermitCrafter? I know I said that in a really weird way because like you don't really call them HermitCrafters, you call them hermits. But right, that's a good chunk here. What I would love to do is uncover a load of andesite so I can dig up a load of andesite. I mean, it probably won't be too difficult to do that, to be fair. Let's put a beacon in here or something like that and dig down. But yeah. All right, let's go. We got that there. Well, we got some more dirt at least. Okay, right, so let's go. Yeah, that's cool. There's one of those just... Oh, Impulse, have you just seen Impulse's latest video? Yeah, fair enough. I think it just depends on yeah, I watched it before I started streaming. I think it just depends on what like they're planning on doing for the season and stuff like that. For me, I like, for example, I really like Jevin's like sequences last season when he was sort of marooned and on the other side of the server near the thingy, all on his own and everything, like, and you slowly watched him go somewhat insane. Like that, I watched all of those. Like he was posting like daily almost, like it was crazy. But yeah, his silo idea looks really cool though, right? Yeah. I've not seen the show. I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. But yeah, it's like it's just crazy, like how good he is, like at coming up with the idea and then like figuring it out and stuff like that. Like his last season stuff was quite cool as well. Oh, look at that! Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm gonna go get myself a beacon. This is just what I needed. I needed andesite. I keep running out of it. Okay, so if your favorite mob is a tricky one to answer, like you don't really know, what about your favorite block in the game? Ah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, spruce is it's certainly a good block. Mine once pale oak got released though, mine became pale oak. It I just find it such a versatile block. Oh my god. Excuse me. Thank you. Right. What I need is you over here. Tell you what, let's no. I said I weren't going to do any more on this stream, so we're not going to do any more on this stream for now. Right, down here. Right, we can just plop. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I mean like the sort of actual pale oak, because it's like a really good tone between like, have I done this too wide? No, it's fine. Is it? Yeah, no, I find it to like be a really good block that kind of like goes nicely with like a grayer tone, because that tends to be the sort of tones that I end up building with, and I do use the white occasionally, like, so I've paired it a lot with diorite and oh, what's the other one? Calcite. It goes quite well with those. Alright, let's get you beacon. Next two, there we go. Let me see if I've got anything that really sort of like show it off in that sort of light. Let's see. Right, okay, yeah, so although I've not really paired this with much of the like tough and things like that. Let me see if let me just go see if I've got my the actual KarotKraft season 1 in my single player world. One moment. I did just have a sort out of all of my files and I may have taken it out. I went to record the other day and it went, you have no more memory left. And I'm like, no, I don't. Oh, actually, no, wait, let's go in here. Yeah. I didn't realise that it was doing that. And I was wondering why my thing was going quite slow. Right, okay. I have not been in this world for a very long time, like for months. This is my forever world. So you're getting a close look at it. But like, I've used the pale oak in this build, which is my starter house. And it kind of like goes nicely. It's kind of like is a nice sort of warmer tone between the two textures there. I've also used it up in my iron farm over here as well. Here, look. And it kind of just like ties in nicely and things. But it's been a while. I think I need to make a video in this world again. It's been a while. Get some content going in my forever world again. But yeah, that's kind of like the extent of it. I'll load up the KarotKraft one at some point and season 1, and we can have a look at that there. So, all right, let's go back in here. And then I decided to randomly use jungle planks as well. Okay, right, there we go. Back here. Back here again. Right. I was gonna get a load of the block that I never have enough of. Andesite, that's the one. That is the badger. It's all here. It's a good job. It's a good job you're here. Otherwise, I'd literally forget what I was going to be doing. And I did want to get my look at all of my tools that I've acquired over the course of doing this. Right, I don't need you in my inventory at the moment. I don't really need that many torches in my inventory either. So these guys can come out here for now. Let's keep them in there. All right, let's get all this andesite then. Yeah, so I won a competition thing, which meant Ducks gave me a block of netherite, which was really appreciated, because I like my digging, and I don't like to have to keep going backwards and forwards to recharge my tools. So I'd already done all of my gear. And then I still had 1 or 2 pieces left over, and then I ended up with a block of netherite, and I've still got 6 pieces of it left. Although I did lose my this is a good vein of oh, nice, lovely jubbly. I did end up losing my what's it called? Come on, brain. You've got this. So we've got the data pack on here, which allows you to put your elytra and your netherite chest piece together. So I have lost that when we went trial chamberlain the other day, and so I do need to replace that because at the moment I'm just using wingies and I don't actually have a netherite chest piece. Yeah. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's just a feature that's nice to have, just so, like, you know, so that you don't have to worry too much about the thing. I mean, I still managed to lose it, so it's clearly like not breaking anything and stuff like that. I mean, last season I was able to last season, to be fair though, I didn't actually have an elytra. Well, I did. It was kept in my ender chest. I didn't fly at all last season in KarotKraft. Apart from once when we were doing like a bit of an investigation-y type thing. But other than that, we just kept, like, I managed to, like, keep pretty much all of my armor. I think I only lost one netherite tool, but then I ended up finding it again later on because I basically just misplaced it. And I did an entire episode on losing it, and then I found it like later on. And the episode actually did really quite well, to be fair, because I'd lost my axe and then found. But like, so I did an episode about finding losing my axe, and then ended up finding it later on. But yeah, it was. Right, okay, how much andesite? Yes! Look at the andesite. 1, 2, 3. The trouble is, because there's like at least 2 of us in this area doing lots of terraforming, we just keep running out of andesite. I would have liked there to have been more andesite though. I might get some diorite. Plus this might actually uncover more andesite. Because I'm using a lot of diorite as well, which I know people think is an ugly block, but if used wisely, it could be like cobblestone. And like, I come from an area where cobblestone was like horrendous. I don't know how long you've been playing Minecraft for, Saber, but there was once a time where diorite was where cobble was absolutely horrendous, and it was the only building block we really had outside of stone and smooth stone and stone, like what's it called? This one, stone bricks. Those were literally the only like sort of proper building blocks that we had. I don't even think we really had terracotta at that point either. So trying to build was a challenge. I mean, I come from an era before there was yeah. So there was once a time where even if you broke down spruce wood into planks, right? Your beloved spruce wood into planks, you would just get wood planks, which were the oak texture. So oak texture and colour. There was no different coloured textures of wood stairs, of anything like that. There were no different colours of trapdoors. It was all just the one texture, the oak texture. Yeah. Some of you young'uns in it don't know what as the grandparent generation sometimes say, you don't even know you're born, sort of thing. Yeah, it's a I mean, I came from a time I started playing Minecraft around the same time that they added the mine shafts into the game. So, and like the jungle biome and that sort of thing. Right, well that's good. We've got some diorite as well. Okay. Just out of curiosity, I just want to make sure that the stream is sounding all okay and the quality is all good and stuff like that. There's no issues. Yeah, I've been playing since 2011, but on and off since 2011. Not like consistently. Like I took a couple of years away from it and then came back and they did the ocean update and added. And I found out the hard way about the phantoms. Believe it or not, phantoms didn't exist once either. Those were nice times. I've not really been using granite that much, so I don't think I need to really mind all that much there. But let's go in here and dig out a bit more, and hopefully we'll be lucky and uncover more andesite. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this as well, is to like hopefully uncover andesite. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I've got a new video releasing on Friday, which should be interesting to watch. Okay. Well, I really do appreciate you choosing my stream over other streams to actually listen to and stuff. You might have other streams up in the background at least, but at least you're actually listening to mine, which is nice. I really do appreciate that. There we go. Yeah, I think the lag thing is just kind of like the nature of streams. Like, it's at the end of the day, you're relying on broadcasting stuff and things like that. Ah, right. Yeah, yeah. Right. Whoop, there we go. Right. And it's nice to have got more dirt as well, actually. I've been kind of running a little bit low on dirt. Not being very forthcoming with the andesite world, to be fair. I'm going to be honest, I kind of just wait for the VODs for like those sort of streams, because I've got I succumbed to the 2 months of free YouTube premium, and it's just easier for me to watch it without the. Yeah, I think he's got. I think he's got a fair few. He could share a couple of the viewers and stuff like that. I can't remember if you said on the previous stream if you stream yourself or not, or if you have streamed before, or if I've not even asked the question. I know I spoke to somebody who was talking about that they've streamed like little bits, but I don't think that was you. I think that was someone else, and they said that they tended to just stream for like their friends and stuff. Oh, we've got a server restart, so yeah, we'll just wait for that to load up again. Oh, I've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. Doesn't the time fly? Like, the time flies so quickly when like you're talking to people in chat and stuff. All you need is OBS. Connect your Minecraft to it. Connect your Twitch to it, and press go live. That's literally all you need to do to go live, and then you can just yeah, it can be a grind, especially like the editing is like, particularly for long form videos, can be quite thingy, but once you get into a rhythm with it, like, you can really like, once you've like sort of organized how you do it. So like, my process now for editing videos is I'll like do a super rough cut first. So I'll go through, cut out all of the well, I roughly know like where I've messed up already. So I'll cut out all the bits where basically I've had to start again, talking to the camera and stuff, and then I'll go through and then check out, get rid of all of the blank space, unless I'm talking with people and stuff like that, where like there's more of an interaction and there's some silences and things like that need to be in there for like the laughs and stuff, because sometimes silences are an important part of dialogue between people, just to let things sink in and stuff like that. So like, I'll roughly know if I'm doing like a talk to camera thing, for example, I will know that I need to like cut out bits where I've basically just not spoken or anything like that, and it's just because I've not thought of something to say, but I've just not bothered to turn thingy off, or I know that I'm going to be saying something in a minute. So one of the things I tend to do is say, like, I was doing a talk to camera thing here, I was going, so today guys, we're going to be clearing out this entire area like this, but first I need to go all the way to, and then I'll do like this sprint to where I want to go to. And then I'll go the Nether, get into the Nether, and then go to where I need to go into the Nether to grab this or something like that, and go to the place where I've got to, where I'm going to grab it. Like, I'll have that in my head as I'm doing the recording. Like, I'm kind of like thinking of cuts and stuff like that, which makes the sort of video editing process a lot easier. If you're not thinking about like that at the start, like how you're going to like do it, then it can make the video editing process a challenge, to say the least. Oh no, I don't want you guys to know that. Go down here. But yeah, that's just my sort of like little take on doing videos and stuff like that and things. Right. I'll definitely check out your videos though. Is it something that you that you want to do, or is it just something that you like kind of just did just to see what it was like or something? Okay, let's go through here. Go this way now. Ah, nice. Yeah, I mean, I think I tell you what you should maybe do. Just like, I don't know. I always find, yeah. So with regards to doing like the videos and stuff like that, what I'd suggest, or even just the streaming and stuff like that. Do you know the Imp and Skiz podcast? Have you listened to any of that at all? Because they have a lot of the hermits and stuff like that, and like they talk a lot about when they have the guests on and things. They talk a lot more about like the psychology of certain things and stuff like that, and it's like really useful. Like I've just been listening to the one that Jem did with them two or so years ago, and literally, and it is true in a sense. Obviously, there are elements where like you can't. Sometimes you have to like you have to obviously like go to work and things like that sometimes and stuff like that, depending on your situation, obviously. But like if you've got the time to do it, and basically Jem says all you need is the want to actually make videos. Same with anything really, same with creating and things like that. There's people that go, oh, I'd love to be able to create this, but I can't, I just can't do it and stuff like that. But if you've got the want for it, yeah, definitely look at the older videos. Look at I've just gone through Zuma's one as well, and he said some good stuff about about it as well. And it's all about like creating, because I think it's I think above all else, you've got to want to you want to create videos and stuff like that, not necessarily because you want people to watch them, but because you want to create them. Because if you don't because the chances are your first videos and things like that, I mean, like my videos, for example, they don't get that many views. But I've created something that I like to create. I mean, I am looking into trying to get more reach with them and that sort of stuff, like doing better thumbnails and things like that. But at the end of the day, my driving focus is creating the videos and being inspired to do so. If I'm not inspired to do so, then I don't create videos. It's it's a simple thing. Like I've had 2 months off this before, like at the beginning of the start of season 2 of KarotKraft, partly because I didn't really have the motivation to do it and stuff. But I mean, obviously there was a bit more to it than that. But like at that time, I didn't really want to make videos. I ended up doing something else creatively instead. Like I was still doing gym and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, definitely. What I also find is probably useful as well is surrounding yourselves with other people that want to do the same sort of thing as well, because then you can bounce ideas off of people, and also they can share best practices and things like that, which I think is a really important thing. So for example, I did a bit of a workshop with some of the people from KarotKraft a few back in May, basically because some of them had expressed that they wanted to do videos and stuff like that, but they didn't know where to start. They didn't know about the video editing software, and loading up video editing software and stuff like that is a daunting thing. There is so much in a video editing software that is there, it can seriously put you off if you don't know what you're doing. And like, I mean, unfortunately, the days of Windows Movie Maker are gone, which is where I first started making videos and stuff. Is Windows Movie Maker, which was the best ever program for making for making video stuff into videos. Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. I don't know like how busy your server is. Like, so for example, tonight there's nobody on here apart from me. Part of that is probably going to be because the Americans are celebrating a particular holiday that happens around this time of the year. You know, the good old Black Friday holiday. And they so I use DaVinci Resolve for editing, and I use OBS for recording. So they're all free utilities as well. Like, there's nothing that you need to pay for them to do the videos. I mean, you can eventually pay for stuff with them to get like extra features like automatic subtitling and that sort of thing. And stuff like that, but you don't have to do it in order to like get like it's the sort of thing that you buy once you're sort of like making a bit of money from it and stuff like that. Like, once I start making a bit of money from like streaming and stuff like that, I might look into buying the more premium version of DaVinci Resolve because I love the program. And I'd love to be able to get more into doing video editing on a professional level and stuff like that. But like, other than that, I'd say the only real thing that you probably want to make sure that you've invested in is a decent microphone, because poor audio is like, even if you're doing it for the love of making a video, poor audio is just the death of any sort of like video, because if people click on it and you're bursting their eardrums with crackly audio and stuff like that, you can't, no matter what your content you've made, you can't like really do anything. And I mean, I know people say, oh well, I had a crappy microphone and that sort of thing, but poor audio like is the worst. I mean, there's a lot of, you think about it as well, like there's a lot of people use my headphones and stuff like that. I'm neurodivergent, so I'm quite sensitive to like sound pops and things like that as well. So if I all of a sudden get popped out by like an audio thing or something like that, I've lost interest in the video and the content that's being done. And like, I've deleted entire things because something was up with my audio, because I don't want to put people through that. If I'm not prepared to put myself through it, I'm not prepared to put other people through it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's definitely something. One thing I would say, like, before you really like get into it, is look into getting a decent microphone. Well, we're under the pig pen now, so we need to be careful. Otherwise, we're going to end up with pigs falling through to us, should I say. Well, we've not got that much more andesite, have we? We're not doing well on the andesite front. Oh, here we are. Okay. That's good. Oh, there's andesite here, look. This is where we had like a few little farms and stuff like that earlier on in the season. So that's nice that we've kind of broken our way through here. So I know, at least I know where we are now. in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, what time are we on? We are on 9:15. Right, we're still getting haste, so that's good. Right, we're gonna go get this andesite. Okay. I am a flitter between different things. So I like the early game when you're doing all the adventuring stuff and things like that. But then I also like, if I'm in the middle of a project and stuff like that, I might get bored and decide that I want to go and do a bit more adventuring. So like we did the trial chamber the other day. And had a lot of fun with Satan and Iron doing that. I don't think I've laughed so much since then. And I actually went back and edited the footage for that the day after. I think I did that on Monday, and then yeah, so I edited that footage yesterday, and it still had me in fits of laughter whilst I was watching it. And I've already been through it once. So I've gone and edited that and stuff, figured out the title and things like that. But so like, I like to go and like the adventure-y stuff and things like that. And then I do like, yeah, it was one of my best streams ever, to be fair. And then I like to build, just in case that wasn't obvious from my build scapades that you saw earlier. Which is my like primary thing, but I like to do resource gathering. So I like to go and dig. Like I will quite often put like a VOD on or something like that. Oh, nice! We're getting lots of goodies here. So I like to do. I'm gonna light this up first. So I like to just dig big holes for like resources and stuff like that. So then I have plenty of resources, and then I don't have to worry about gathering resources for a long time again. But I like to, when I like dig big holes, so let me go show you quickly. Here you are. Nice, that's good. That's getting full. All right, let's plop this crap in here. So if I come back up through here, of course it's night time. So quite early on, once I'd got all of my god tier equipment and things like that, I went ahead and I mean, to be fair, I did end up getting somebody else to dig out this area as well. But I'm just going to free cam down here because it saves it going down there. This is 6 chunks down to bedrock. So I dug out these 2 chunks here and most of this one. And then somebody else came along and dug out the rest because they needed material. But I still dug down right the way down to this where this beacon is. So like that's what I like to do. I like to just play like a podcast or something like that and just listen to it as I'm doing. Oh no. As I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm a digger, and that's not the only hole that I've dug. Like there's other holes that I've dug somewhere, but I can't remember where I've dug them now. But yeah, I like to mine. I like to do the mines, and then obviously as you saw, I like to build in Terraform and that sort of thing. And then I've recently been dabbling with Redstone as well to gather resources because, oh my days, I've just seen all the mobs. Oh, that's a shame that you don't feel as though you're any good at it. I mean, I've just grown. Like, it's one of those things that you just need to get like better at with practice, to be fair. But when I say practice, I mean like a sort of sustained like practice. Like you're learning from others on how they on how they do it and that sort of thing. And so like watching like how B-Dubs does it, for example, or Scar, or Pelescent Moon, or Gemini Tay. Oh, hey. Right, I better put this on to now say that I'm streaming. Right, yeah, I got rid of all the crap in there. Yeah, so like there's certain practice that you need to do in order to do it. Like you can't, if you don't know like how to really do it, or like some of the concepts and stuff like that. So I come from an art background myself. I like done photography and that sort of thing. So I approach building in a way that is sort of based on how it looks in the world. A bit like what Mumbo's been doing. So it's actually interesting, really, because I wrote up a little bit of a script for a bit more of a sort of how-to type video, where like I mentioned a bit about Mumbo. Actually, like he, ironically, you need to build up your building skills. Sorry, but we. But basically, so like I look at where the building's going to be like viewed from and that sort of thing, in the grand scheme of things. So, oh, that goes down to our little cave area down there. Right. Let's. Where have we gone? Where's the exit? There it is. Right. I'm going to go out, actually, because I'm going to show you what I mean. This is something that you can get me talking on for ages, by the way, just so that you know. If you think Scar's bad with Star Wars stuff, start talking to me about being creative and things like that, then, you know, you've got another Scar on your hands. Because I will literally talk your ears out for it. So you're falling into the pitfall of comparison. Yeah, so the pitfall with comparison is unfortunately a difficult one. Yes. You can't. There's ways to compare yourselves to others, and ways not to. So it's one thing, say for example, looking at this build and thinking, oh, I'll never be able to build like that. Whereas there's another way of looking at this build and thinking, oh, how did Nythe build that? Like, what did they do in order to get to that decision, or things like that? So this is the first build that I actually built in this area. And the idea is that it was going to be a gatehouse, and I wanted it to kind of be viewable from the city there. I mean, it's now going to be dwarfed by this great behemoth of a building. But as we go through here, the idea is that there's going to be like buildings and like textures coming up here, so that it kind of guides you in a particular way to go up through here. And then you're going to see like these buildings here. This dirt ceiling's going to be gone. This is all going to be like a cavernous texture, a little bit like how I've done it here. But I'm like trying to figure out how it's going to be, looking throughout the entire, like regardless of where you look. I want to make sure that like you're going to be able to take a good screenshot, basically. And that sort of thing. So like I've chosen the paths how I want them to be like considered and that sort of thing. So for example, if you come through this way, you can like there's a sense of depth and a sense of journey through where you've got to go and that sort of thing. So it's there's like a psychology behind why you're placing the blocks in the way that you're placing the blocks. Why the building exists. So for example, this building didn't exist until I built this farm, which is my basalt farm. I do have one on the Nether because obviously this is incredibly slow. But it's here, and so I built a building around it because there needed to be a building around it. I couldn't just have a random farm in the middle of the thing. And then I thought, oh, I'll build a building around it. And how do I want that building to look? It needed to be a little bit smaller because there's going to be things around the back, and if it's too tall, you're not going to be able to see what's behind the back peeking out from behind it. So it's got a flat roof with a bit of a pitch there, just purely because of that reason. So like there's like you've got to think of the reasons why you're like sort of building the things and stuff. So like for example, say you settled on a plains biome to build. There's a plains biome over here actually. This is going to be difficult to explain because there's loads of water around us. Okay, right. So I don't think there's much water around on here. So say, for example, you decided to build some sort of village or something like that up here, or even just like a house or something. One of the things that you've got to think of is like, well, how would they get water here? And that sort of thing. And like having some sort of infrastructure for that. So like even starting with like the basics of that. So you might want to start at the foot of a thing here and figure out like how water might get up up from the riverbank to the side there. That's why Minecraft villages, you often see them next to a body of water, because the game's already thinking, oh, well, hang on a minute, it doesn't make sense to have a village just out nowhere. There's got to be some sort of water. Apart from deserts, obviously, you tend to have them more out in the thing there. So it's you those sort of things you kind of got to think about really, and just consider as a point as to like why have these people settled here and that sort of thing. Yeah, so like it's interesting, like, because there's a lot of like why this is the way it's been put, like there or this and that and that sort of thing. And that's why do you know, in like out in society when like building developments and stuff like that have to go through phases of planning and stuff like that. One of the things that they're having to plan is the infrastructure and how they're going to get the things that like that little village or town or expansion to the city is going to get what they need. Things like doctors and that sort of thing. So like it's a lot to think about, but it's a good place to like sort of start, and that's how like the whole sort of particularly for me creating of stuff is like even down to, oh well, what's this village going to produce to like sort of justify its existence in this particular area or something like that. So a village might be around a load of horses, for example, so they might be particularly well versed in husbandry. Is it husbandry? Is that the right word? Anyway, something to do with the horses, whatever the horse thing is. They're like just those little things can like really sort of help with like just that. And then so you then will look at your building in a different light by saying, well, yeah, I built it. It might not have come out necessarily the way that I was envisioning it to come out, but it has got a purpose. Like that there's a purpose to this build, and that's also an important thing. I've considered that. So I'll give myself a pat on the back because it exists in a world, it's got a purpose in the world and that sort of thing. So like yeah, I think going back to the whole thing about not comparing yourself, which is how we started off on this entire conversation somehow, and we ended up getting onto like the psychology of building and stuff like that. Like you've just got to like don't compare yourself to others based on skill level, because for example, as you said, like for me, if you compared yourself to my building, you've been playing Minecraft for 6 years, I've been playing Minecraft since 2011, so I've already got like oh my god, I've already got over a decade worth of experience playing Minecraft, for one, which is crazy. I feel so old now. But then also, I've got a background of like art and that sort of thing. So like I kind of like figure out there. So like you don't necessarily know what other people's backgrounds are. I mean, I don't know what your I don't know what your sort of passion is, like what your background is, like what you've trained in or that sort of thing. So like it's going to be a different, like everybody's going to have a different experience, and you just got to remember that when you're comparing it. You can appreciate other people's builds, but don't say, oh, as soon as you start saying other people, that person, that's better than anything I could have built, like that's just, I don't want to say the wrong attitude to have, but it's a toxic attitude to have, in the sense that if you've got that attitude and you want to get out of it, you just need to stop having that sort of thing, if that makes sense. I'm going to stop preaching now because I think I sound like I'm coming off as telling you off now. You won't have that attitude. Yeah, and also as well, the world has ingrained us in like comparing and thinking like ourselves to others as well. So it's not it is like we're constantly being compared to each other and things like that. Like you go to work, like a workplace, for example, and most of the time you're going to be compared to your peers, based on like your achievements and like your stats. I come from call center, like I've done call center and all sorts, so like you're constantly compared to your peers in whatever you do. Like it used to happen, it happened at school and that sort of thing. So we naturally come from a society where we do compare, because like, but not necessarily in a helpful way. Like we're told, oh right, this is where you are, this is where they are, why aren't you here, sort of thing. Whereas really the comparison should be, oh okay, so you're here, let's see what they're doing differently to you, and let's see how, like, if there's like something that you can pass on, like the other person could pass on to you to sort of help you with that, or are there areas that you're particularly struggling in that you need help with. Unfortunately, we're in a sort of thing where basically you're told that you need to improve, but like if you don't know how, like if you're not necessarily sure how to, or like you've pretty much done everything. I mean, it could be that there's something minute that you've done that you don't realize that you're doing. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I think particularly with creative stuff, you've just got to not make sure that you're not comparing like your efforts with other people's efforts and that sort of thing, because otherwise you're just going to end up like struggling with the doubt that already will exist in there, because there's always going to be some form of doubt if you're already at the level of comparing yourselves with others, and by doing that you're just going to make yourself, it's just going to make it seem worse than what it actually is. I mean, it's a bit like Skiz. So Skiz knows that he's not like the greatest of builders, but he brings other things to the server, and he's working on improving his building. But like, I mean, sometimes he puts himself down in a sense that isn't particularly good, and I don't particularly like it when he does it on like his videos and stuff like that, or if I've caught him on streams and stuff, like other people's streams, stuff like that. He kind of can sometimes put himself down. I mean, sometimes a lot of the time he's doing it in a jokey way, but sometimes it doesn't come across as that. And I think if you're like sort of there in that place, you kind of want to make sure that you're not like dissuading yourself from like improving and stuff like that. So yeah. And then one of the other things that you could do, if you don't feel as though like your building level is there or whatever, and you want to like improve, obviously if you want to improve, that's great, but sometimes people just are happy with playing the way that they want to play and stuff. So if that's you, that's fine. You just play the way that you want to play. But obviously, if you do want to improve, then one of the things you could do is ask people, like if you see a build that you've liked from someone, like one of your friends or something like that, ask them and say to them, oh, just out of curiosity, how did you come up with that idea, or how did you think about putting that together, sort of thing. And I'm pretty certain they'd be more than happy to like talk to you about it. I mean, if there's anything that creators like to do is talk about their creations. I know I do. I'm going to disagree with you on the terminology there, like by saying it's a big part of the game. Because I don't think it's necessarily a big part of the game as such. I would say it's there's many different things in the game, and building is one of them. And like, it's not, you can have plenty of fun playing the game, and almost never build a thing. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's right, get that slot. Yeah, but seriously, I'd start off by I don't know, going around on your on Phoenix server and like just noting down some of the builds and stuff like that that you've seen, that you've liked and that you're intrigued about, and like say, oh, and you're like thinking, oh, I wonder how they've done that, or like what was the reason why they've done that, or that sort of thing. And then like if the answer doesn't come like readily to you when you're like looking at it, then ask them. Just say to them, oh, I'm just curious, I was looking at your build, I really do like it, sort of thing. And then but I was just interested in how you come about like coming up with that idea, or how you like made that sort of thing. So, and then you can hopefully improve. Did you ever get on to the joint HermitCraft server that we had, Saber? I can't remember if I saw you in there or not, or if you got in there at all. Oh, did you not? I would, one of the, I mean, it can be a bit daunting, to be fair, going across, like going into there, but I would see if you could try and get like a copy of the world. I mean, it's available to download and put into your single player world, and like you can go through and like take almost inspirational. Oh, I just nearly fell down there. You could almost like take inspirational like screenshots and stuff like that, but but obviously be aware that a lot of these people, B-dubs for example, have played Minecraft for over a decade and stuff like that. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but I hope it got resolved, or whatever it was. But yeah, just I would load up the single player and like look at like, I mean, it obviously also depends on your style of build, so I wouldn't like go and look at style of builds that like the style that you want to build in and stuff like that, and things. But yeah, definitely consider like, yeah, I suppose you're probably at a sort of phase where you wanna like be building, because your server's about 2 weeks younger than our server, I think, isn't it? Well, if you ever decide to like fire up a stream or something like that, I'm UK time. I'll be happy to come along and watch the stream and everything. Yeah, I think yours was like the beginning of August, wasn't it? Ours was just at the beginning of July. At the end of July, sorry. Because I know that Shrimp had said that his like the Phoenix server was starting just like a couple of weeks after. So yeah, but yeah, if you ever feel like firing up a stream and stuff like that, and like just milling about, you might get some ideas and stuff like that. I'll be more than happy to come and observe and things and give you suggestions and that sort of stuff. I mean, the thing is as well with, I mean, there's a lot of time people think about streaming that you have to like show your face and that sort of thing. Whereas I mean, I don't bother. I mean, I have shown my face in like in the past and stuff like that, but I don't really bother with that sort of stuff now because I have to worry about lighting. I have to make sure that my room is clean, all that sort of stuff. So I don't bother with that sort of thing. But like my voice is just really all there is, and I already do voice on for my YouTube videos, so it's not really anything that people haven't heard. Yeah, and you don't need to. I mean, like, look at Suma. He's like incredibly popular, and no one knows what his face is like. Apart from, I imagine maybe like the hermits might know what his face is like by now, but at least not anybody else knows what he looks like. Oh, I'm going to be careful with them guys. So like there's no, like, people might say, oh, you need to show your face and this and that and da, 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 but you don't need to. Just, as I said, you just need to have a decent audio, and that's about it, really. I mean, I've seen people that have played Minecraft and the graphics hasn't been that great because they've not got a very good like bandwidth or whatever like that. But so long as their audio is fine, then they're okay. But yeah. Well, we've been going for 2 hours. Well, you don't know unless you try, as they say. When trying to get you to eat Brussels sprouts and stuff like that. Right. I think that is going to be enough for now. But I am glad that I managed to get a bit more of a stream going again. Right. Let's just get another shortcut. Yes, definitely. Oh, what are you doing here? Thank you. But I think that Yep, I know. I don't know where he must have picked that up from. Oh, they killed the llamas. Whoops. We had 2 llamas there. Zombie killed the llamas. Basically, because it was a zombie, obviously the llamas have been spitting at the zombie and then basically caused the zombie to aggro against the llamas. And then they decided, and then the zombie killed the llamas because I don't think the spit actually kills anything. Yeah, that's what happened. But I'm gonna end it here up here with the horses, I think. Yeah. But I think that is a stream. We have done quite a bit today, and I really do thank you, Saber, and also Ordum, for joining the stream. I really do appreciate it and keeping me company and chatting a lot. What are you doing up here? But yes, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna attempt to raid someone, I think, if I can figure out how to do this again. However, I'm gonna try and find a better person to raid this time, because that person wasn't the greatest the last time. So let's just go and click on Minecraft. Low to high. That's good. Let's see. Right, let's go. I just want to make sure they're not. Well, that person's just standing in a corner. Bedrock. Oh, let's see what this person's like. They're not really talking. I can't find anybody to send you to. Right, okay. I found someone. Let's have a look. Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna send them over to there, I think. Okay. So /raid. Thank you for joining.